Hi, this is Sarah Meixel with the Dairy Site, and today we're here with Chris Cook. He is the head of Enogen with Syngenta Seeds. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for the time, Sarah.
Very good. And we're here at the World Dairy Expo in Madison, Wisconsin. And tell me a little bit about what's new with Syngenta.
Yeah, it's a good question. So just recently, in the last about week or so, we launched what we called the Enogen LCA. So it's a life cycle analysis. So Enogen is a hybrid that we have in Syngenta that is really, really good in livestock, as well as actually biofuels, but particularly in livestock, where we've seen feed efficiencies. As you look at dairy cattle or beef cattle, we've seen about a 5% feed efficiency. So knowing that, we said, what's the benefit as you think about regenerative ag or sustainability? And we did a life cycle analysis, which says from cradle to grave, what's the difference when you use this? And what we saw were some really huge numbers as we did that. And in fact, we saw numbers of, on 1,000 head of dairy cows, you could take essentially 314 cars off the road, or about 250 acres of land out of production. And they were really real numbers, so it's been really exciting for us this week as we've gotten the chance to really broadcast that information out there.
Very good. And what does a product like Enogen really mean for producers? What are the benefits they see?
Yeah, it's a great question. So if that all sounds good, right? Particularly if you're a consumer thinking, oh, we're going to save the world now with this. Well, we're not going to do that, right? But what we are doing is we're creating a really nice foundation that you can build additional practices to. So just Enogen alone, if you think about the feed efficiency, dollar-wise, what does it matter to a producer? You're looking at 130 to 200 plus dollars per cow per year. That's real dollars back in your pocket. The things that I think about is I used to haul a lot of manure, and 5% more efficiency is 5% less loads on the back of the tractor that I'm hauling, or less water, less all these other pieces. Those are really tangible benefits to the producer.
Very good. And so it's good for the producer on the farm, but it's also a sustainable practice for them to be able to use on their operation.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So, producers are inherently sustainable already because that's what makes them efficient. So they're naturally doing this, but now you have something that you can actually look downstream and say, hey, I know everybody's made commitments out there. We've heard that, right? XYZ makes a commitment for net zero by 2030 or 2050. Here's something that we know we can do today. It's going to change the way you do things. It's just hybrid corn with this additional trait. So instead of putting something else in your planter, plant this. Instead of harvesting something else, harvest this. You don't treat it any differently. You just switch this, and it's a simple thing that you can do. I've got a friend that says, just make one change, take one step forward, and that will lead to the next step. Here's one simple step you can take.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for all the information today, Chris.
Thank you, Sarah.
This is Sarah Meixel with the Dairy Site.